Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Stranda Biru Snowboard. This board features full camber with a little bit of early rise rocker in the nose, so that camber is going to give you all the load, pop, snap, and drive out of this board, while that early rise rocker is going to give you ease of entry in and out of turns as well as better powder float. This board is available in 154 and 157. I rode this board at Arapahoe Basin on a sunny bluebird day with warm temps, low winds, soft creamy groomers, creamy snow off the groomers, chopped chunder, frozen death cookies, basically every type of spring condition, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. This board is on the softer side, putting it firmly in the party board category with two key defined flex points. One right inside the front foot, and the other right in the dead center of the camber. So what you get is this softer nose that hits that defined flex point, then it stiffens up, then it hits that key defined flex point, which you really notice when you're sitting on the back foot. It just gets stiffer and has more power. The torsional flex is very noticeable. You can really twist this board. And when it comes to stability, like I said about the stiffness going back from the middle through the tail, you notice it there. This is the most stable section of the board, and then from there forward, it just gets softer. So you do get chatter in the nose that resonates back underfoot, and in really rutted out terrain, you can get bucked around if you're not prepared for it. As this board is predominantly camber, it's very easy to load due to that flex point in the middle, and when you do, you get some solid snap. Like this board will get up in the air and launch a side hit with relative ease. As this is a party board, you can really butter with it. The nose is the most optimal spot. Pop a 180, really press into it, feel it, hold, and when you want it to disengage, it's gonna pop a 180 back out and get you on your way. The tail, on the other hand, it's a little stiffer. You're sitting on it, you're really pushing into it. You're doing more high-speed wheelies, or if you get sideways, you got your weight way outside that insert pack and you're really leveraging it over the tail. So let's get down to the most fun section of this board. That's right, carving. This board can turn, and it turns exceptionally well. It guides the carve outside the front foot, but it steers underneath the front foot, and it derives all its power from the middle back. So what this means is you can be very fluid and smooth with your edge initiation and then drive it hard, disengage that front foot, and rail a turn with it. When you lay it over, you can lay it over and not worry about this board because that back section is so stable, it just plows through everything in its path. But when you're swooping from one side of the trail to the other and just being a little bit more mellow, you can engage it outside your front foot and then steer it right underfoot and from the inside. This changes the whole dynamic of how it turns. This board turns so exceptionally well. Who's this board for? The party boarding carver. This is such a fun party boarding cruiser deck. You can just rail turns, swoop turns, and kind of just have some serious fun just going up on banks, coming back down, going up on the next bank. I do wish that I was able to get this into some fresh pow, but being the end of the season, that's just not going to happen. So I had to settle for that soft, creamy snow, and this board did a great job of staying on top of it and just swooping around and throwing sprays. Overall, this is like a little bit of an underrated deck in my opinion for what it is, mainly because most of you don't know who Stranda is, but I really thoroughly enjoyed this board, and it rode so exceptionally well. It stood out to me just how well it rode, and I was like, oh, this is different. I really, really enjoyed it, and I was just railing turns, buttering around, popping 180s, just party boarding the whole mountain with what was left open. Comparable boards: the Amplid Killswitch, the Bataleon Party Wave, the Ride Psychocandy. Binding recommendations: the Bataleon Astro Asym, the Union Strata, the K2 edition. This has been my review of the Stranda Biru. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.